Hello and welcome to today's video. So this time we're going to be having a look at some more carded figures. Now I've dug these few and another one out from storage, and amazingly these gorgeous figures were not in any sort of protection at all. They were just sort of loose in a box. So I've treated myself to a few GW Acrylic cases. So what I'm going to do is give these a bit of a clean and a dust off because they are a little bit dusty. Then we're going to pop these into we're going to unpack the GW Acrylic order, which has now arrived. We're going to pop these in the cases, the Perspex cases, and we're going to see just how blimmin' lovely they look. So that is going to be the subject of today's video. So sit back, relax, and let's get to it. Right then, so this is the very first item we're going to be having a look at. Now this is one of the Clipper 12-inch range. Now I remember getting this one at one of the NECs in the early 90s, and there were dealers who had, well, they had Clipper 12-inch Leias and 12-inch Lukes, and I seem to remember they were about £125 each back then. For some reason I went for the Leia. I'm not quite sure why. I wish I'd bought both now, of course. But as you can see, this one, as I said, it's never been sort of protected in any way, and it has sort of got a little bit of like surface dust. You can sort of see it on there. So what I thought I'd do, I'd just show you the toys first of all, the ones that I intend to box up, and then I'm going to pause the camera. I'm going to give them a bit of a clean. Then we're going to dig out those acrylic cases and box these up and see just how sharp they become, because I think these are really, really nice. I do love the 12-inch range, and I wish I had some more of them, to be honest, but they're certainly on my list of ones that I'd like to get a few more of. And this one's particularly nice because, you know, it's brand new and sealed, which is how any collector would love their collection. Although I remember when I did buy a big load of carded, the same chap I bought his carded collection off also had a set of loose 12-inch figures, and a whole set was £300. They were all complete. What a deal that would have been, but what can you do? I turned it down. But this is a really, really nice figure, and one I'm certainly looking forward to encapsulating and eventually getting on display with this new display area that I'm working on. So that's the Leia, so I just popped that one over there. The next one I'm going to be encapsulating and cleaning up is this French Meccano Jawa. Now this is by far the easiest of the French Meccano square cards to get. I think there must have been some big warehouse find at some point, because once again in the early 90s I remember going to the Cheshunt Toy Fair, and there was a dealer there, and he literally had a whole box of these straight from the case at £15 each they were. So I mean, you couldn't even get a mint loose one for that these days, could you? All still brand new on the card. I mean, what's most fascinating about this is the back, because they've got this great range of the original figures there, but they famously have the blue snaggletooth there, which obviously never came out on a card. So they must have been sent these like advanced photos of the original range, and that's what they used to mock up the back here. But I absolutely love the French Star Wars stuff, as you know, but this is actually the only carded figure that I've got. So once again, I wouldn't mind getting some more. One I particularly like to get, I think, would be the Death Squad Commander on a French card. That would be particularly nice. But in the meantime, I've always got the French Touch to look through, which is a great book on the French Star Wars releases. Now, the last thing I've done, because I wanted to show, sort of, that's going to be like in a 12-inch case. This is going to be in a custom-built square French card case, and I also wanted to show like a regular card. So I've dug this Palitoy R2-D2 out, which is another one of my absolute favorite cards. I remember buying this one. I don't remember where I got this particular card, but I remember buying it as a kid, and this is the exact one that I would have had back in 1978, and it's a beautiful 12 back. And I remember I can remember, I think in Plymouth at least, it was Debenhams, which was the place where they had a massive range of Star Wars toys. And I reckon I probably bought this one in there. Not, as I said, not this exact one, but first time round, that's where I bought it. And as you can see, although it's been punched, it's still an absolutely beautiful flat card. And truth be told, this one has been long-term stored in one of those plastic star cases. Now, I really don't like those, to be honest. And, you know, they'll do for my lesser figures, my cheaper ones, but not for my really nice ones. And, well, I'd like to get all my really nice ones up to cleaned and looking nice and put into proper cases. As you know, I'm not really into getting my figures graded, but I am get them into looking as good as possible. So that's the three figures that we're going to be looking at today, and I think you'll agree they're three really nice ones, and three sort of different figures as well. So what I shall do, I shall get the GW Acrylic parcel, and we'll get that one unpacked. I'll also give these a bit of just a little dust off, just to get them as good as possible, and then we'll see how they fit into the cases. Right then, so I've got my latest order from GW Acrylic here. And even though I've only ordered 3 boxes, the actual size of this box is enormous. And I can only put that down to how well they protect their products to stop them getting damaged in transit, which is great. Little note from Christian there. Hi, Jules. Many thanks for the new order. Hope you've had a great start to 2020. Regards, Christian, GW Acrylic. Well, I actually have had a really good start to 2020, so thank you very much. A little invoice there showing my the three items that I've bought. Once again, quite a sizable weight. So imagine that's the one for the standard figure. That's the one for the French figure. And this big one at the bottom, this is the case for the 12-inch figure, I would say. So let's pop the packing material back. Once again, incredibly well packed, this stuff. So hats off to Christian for that. I mean, fantastic. Let's get this box out of the way. Those look absolutely lovely. I'm really pleased with those. So thank you, GW Acrylic and Christian, for getting those to me nice and promptly. Next step of the process then is to actually get my my toys encapsulated within them, ready for display. So that's what we'll do next. Okay then, so I think what we'll do, I'll start with the French Jawa first of all. Now this is the smaller of the cases. Now let's see how this one actually works. So how do we get our figure in there? So I've never done any of these before, so I'm not 100% sure how they work. Now there we are. So it's a little one in there. Okay. So I guess we gently slide the figure in there like so. But I want this to, I don't want the bottom to slide out, so I think it goes in that way, in actual fact. So let's just gently slide that one in, like so. So the actual figure, there's like a little plastic rim around the top bit there, and also the bottom, so it's actually sort of sat flat like that, so it doesn't move around, which is quite nice. and then we pop on the lid like so, and that sort of fits in really nicely. And there we are. Look at that. So that didn't take long, did it? And look how that's come up. That's come up really, really nice. Highly reflective, but it's so solid. I feel like I could put, I could put something on that, Cool, look at how the back's come up as well. That's really nice, isn't it? That's a real treat. And you'd feel much more confident handling your figures when they're in these sorts of cases, because they just look fantastic, don't they? And they're protected. They're protected from every angle. That's really, really nice, that. Yes, I do like that one. So that's the French one. So we'll do the R2-D2 next. So I think this works the same principle. So we've got a little bit down the bottom here, like so. And then, cool, I'm hoping it fits. Looking at it now, I'm not sure it's going to fit. Oh yeah, there we are, look at that just. So we'll gently slide him in. As I said, it's using exactly the same, the 3 sort of bits of plastic to keep it in situ. Now, is that going to fit? Look at that, it's not going to fit that way round. How interesting. So maybe this one has to go in the other way round just to fit it in, because the bubble, if you have a look at this, the bubble on this is what they call like a long bubble, and it goes right down to the bottom edge of the card. So it does fit in that way, and I could put the lid back on like so. So it fits in nice and snug. But I don't know if that's the correct way or if it should be around the other way, to be honest. But even so, it does look good, doesn't it? I have to say, look at that. Wowee. What a nice little item that's become. But I can't help feeling it should be the other way round, like the Jawa. I guess it doesn't really matter. I mean, the main thing is that that bubble, which is so delicate, is protected. That's the main thing. So, yeah, very nice, very nice. Well, there we are, learning experience. So we've just got the Leia next. So let's have a look. Now this is a much bigger case, but I believe the principle is still the same, in that we've got a, yeah, so this one comes off the end here like this. So that's how that one comes off. And then if we lay it down like that, there's a flap along there. So let me just get Leia in situ. So this can only actually go in one way. So if I, as you can see, I'm sliding it in sort of this way around with that flap over that side, like so. So that is in nice and snug. And then I've got this flap here. This is to seal it in, like so. And there you go. So I think what I'll do, so we can have a better look at these, I'm just going to pause there and pull the camera out a moment. Okay, so hopefully it's a little bit easier to see now, but it's such a massive piece, isn't it? But it certainly does look and appear much better now that it's been protected. I'm still not sure if this is the right way round, or if it's a bit like when I did the Death Star, it would, to stop this coming in and out, it might be better to have it round another way, but I'll experiment with that. But as you can see, the main thing is it's not going to get damaged or dirty anymore because it's so well protected. Absolutely gorgeous piece, that, and certainly one of the favorites of my collection. So what I'm going to do, let's get them all in situ. I'll pull the camera out just a little bit further again. Well, there they are, all three of them, and don't they look good? They're sort of ready to go on display now. The main thing is, of course, that these are now properly protected, and that's what I was most worried about, because they were just, as I said, they were just in boxes, loose, and that's no way to do it. Now, the only slight drawback with doing these is that, yes, they look fantastic, but to do them all is going to cost a small fortune, because these little cases here are like 13, 14 pounds each, and the big 12-inch there is, you know, over 20 pounds. So, you know, you want to do 100 carded figures, you're going to be spending over £1,000. So I do know GW Acrylic do actually do discounts if you buy like 10, for example. They do reduce the price, and he's often Christian is often at a lot of the shows. So if you do end up going to like Farthest From or Echo Base Live, he's usually there, and you can order ahead and save yourself a load of postage, which is also, you know, worth doing. But I think you'll agree they do really set off your better collectibles very, very well, and I shall certainly be aiming to do some more of my better carded toys and play sets in the future. So there you are. So I hope you have enjoyed this video. If you have enjoyed it, do please give it a thumbs up. Do please consider subscribing to the channel if you have enjoyed this content and you'd like to see more. Thanks for watching today, and I shall look forward to seeing you again soon. Bye.